Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be building Rohan Palisades. The recent release of the Rohan Palisades Watchtower and the Rohan House. They're not a bad price, but I was thinking, can we do a bit cheaper? So I've decided to build my own Palisades. I will pick up the Games Workshop ones when I can. But in this video we're going to be making a cheaper Rohan Palisade. I have already made one previously to this, personally, and basically test it out. And yeah, what you're going to need for this video is effectively coffee stirrers or tea stirrers or whatever you call them, some bamboo skewers or meat skewers, preferably bamboo or wooden ones, and PVA glue. That's all you're going to need. Obviously something to chop and all that with. But yeah, we'll come back when we've got the bits together.
Right then guys, so here we are. I've got my ingredients for making my Palisades. Bamboo skewers, perfect to replicate the look. Also got stirrers. I've gone for really long ones, so they're like 2/3 the length of the actual skewers themselves, because I want these Palisades to be relatively the right length. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 20 of these out. I'm going to chop them into 3, and then I'll be back. Right then, so we are back. So I have chopped up all 20 of the doodads. One thing I will say before you start gluing, just make sure they're all the pointy bits are facing up. You don't want pointy bits at the bottom. But now that that's done, I'm just going to try and level them all out-ish. I mean, it's not too much of a worry if they're not all level, but it helps at the top if they're level, so that then, because then you've actually got your miniatures you can see over, and that's the most important part. Okay, and it doesn't really matter how you put them, because again, we want this to look semi-realistic. Like, I'll move that one to the end there. Most realistic Palisades, they don't have spikes on every single one, because you don't want to be reaching over and get caught on a spike and get stuck. So there are gaps between most spikes, there are some shorter spikes, but yeah, I'm just going to make sure that that's in at the bottom. There we go. So now I'm going to take my sticks, I'm going to glue one down the bottom about there. I'm going to glue the second one about there. Now I have measured this, so I do want about 3 inches up. So, okay, maybe it'll be about there. Purely for the fact that we're going to put a walkway along here, and the miniatures need to be able to see over. So I've got a miniature here, nice little Gondorian miniature, Faramir, and I've given him a shield. But if I put him there, he'll still be able to see over, and if he had a bow he could shoot, whereas if it's down here he can't see. But yeah, so get rid of that miniature. So yeah, so I'm going to glue those down. Obviously you can see it goes, it's not as long as the end piece, so the end piece here will come off. I'll take that one away and I can use that for something else. But yeah, so I'm going to go away and glue, and I'll be back shortly. Right, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to build the support of my walkway. Because obviously every Palisade has a little walkway where the miniatures walk along. And I need to support the back, because I can't just stick on little bits of doodad and have nothing to support them. So, boom, I'm going to build this. So again, I'm using 2 long ones. I'll be chopping the ends off obviously. And then I've got a shorter one, which I'm then just going to be chopping in half, and that'll be forming the sides. So, nice and simple. I will chop, glue, and come back once that's done. Right then, so that's glued. That's glued. Only other thing I've done is I've glued on 2 supports here, and they match the way that goes on, so they're just going to line up nicely. The only downside to what I've done today is I didn't let, because I had to set it with a book, so I put a book on top of it. I'll always advise putting a book on top of it. Make sure it's flat, otherwise you get an ever so slightly curved one like that. I'm still going to use that because that is still good, However, it is ever so slightly curved. Can't see it much there, it's more than the bottom, you can see it. But yeah, I'm still going to use that. I can still work with that, it's fine. But that one is perfectly flat. But yeah, so off camera, as I said, I glued those and I made sure they were level with the way that wasn't level. So that's just going to sit there. I also, off camera, chopped up the planks. I chopped up around 36, give or take, but should go all the way across, and then I just need 2 supports on either side to give it a bit of secure. So the only thing I've got left to do now is to, and this is the horrible part, it's just basically a case of gluing those two as best as I can, getting the 2 supports in so it doesn't flat, and letting it set. But yeah, so I'll be back once I've done that. So there we have it, guys. This is the finished look. As you can see, all the slats are nicely stuck down. Turn it around, have a quick look at the back. Go, looks good. As you can see, I put these on there for support when I was building it. They can stay there because it will hold it together. But yeah. But that will now sit nicely next to my other one, which I've already built. I've got another one that's most of the way there. Next I just need to work on a gate. But anyway, we'll come back in post. So there we have it, guys. That is the finished palisade. This is fabulous. This one looks a little better than my last one, which is always good to see. First one was a bit of an experiment. It's also, I didn't weight the last one down, that's why it curved. But this one is now perfectly flat. Like, it is near perfect for me anyway. I'm more than happy with this. Yeah, like one of me supporting bits came off this side, but I can easily glue that back on. And this will do until, as I said in the intro, I can get the ones from Games Workshop, and hopefully, if I've done the right measurements, this should fit in with it, so I can just slide it in with it. But yeah, so make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below if you want to see me try and butcher build anything else, and I'll see you next time. Bye.